Hey everyone, this is day 11 of 31 days through Ezekiel and Daniel. Some collapses are sudden, others are systematic, slow unveilings of instability that was always present but never acknowledged. In Ezekiel 30 through 32, the Lord continues his pronouncement against Egypt, not merely as a geopolitical power, but as a symbol of misplaced trust. If Tyre represented economic pride, Egypt represents political and military security. And God dismantles both. Wail, woe to the day, for the day is near. Even the day of the Lord is near. Ezekiel 30, verses 2 through 3. The repetition is intentional, pressing urgency into what humanity tends to delay. This is not simply Babylon advancing across nations. This is the day of the Lord, where divine governance breaks into historical movement. What appears political is, beneath the surface, theological. The Lord declares judgment not only on structures of power, but on the false sources of confidence beneath them. I will also destroy the idols and cause the images to cease from Noph. Ezekiel 30, verses 13. What Egypt trusted externally is exposed internally. False strength collapses first at the altar before it collapses in the nation. As John Bevere writes, whatever competes with God for ultimate allegiance will eventually be confronted. Egypt had functioned as Israel's recurring temptation, the visible alternative to invisible trust. But now the illusion of safety is dismantled. Thus I will execute judgments on Egypt. Then they shall know that I am the Lord. Ezekiel 30:19. Judgment here is not only correction, it is revelation. Before Egypt's collapse is fully described, the Lord turns to Assyria as a living memory of what unchecked pride produces. Whom are you like in your greatness? Ezekiel 31:2. The question itself dismantles comparison, forcing Egypt to look beyond itself. Assyria is portrayed as a towering cedar in Lebanon, majestic, deeply rooted, and elevated above surrounding trees. Its branches offered shelter, its height commanded awe, and its presence shaped nations. Yet its downfall is not due to external weakness, but internal elevation. Because you have increased in height and set your heart on your height, I have delivered him into the hand of the mighty one of the nations. Ezekiel 31:10 and 11. What begins as growth becomes vulnerability when height is interpreted as invincibility. Strength without humility always carries within it the seeds of dissent. The warning is unmistakable. Greatness is not protection from accountability, it is amplification of it. When elevation becomes identity, collapse becomes inevitable. The tone shifts again now into lament. Pharaoh is described as a lion among nations and a sea creature stirring chaos in the waters. Yet the Lord interrupts this illusion of dominance. I will spread my net over you with a company of many people. Ezekiel 32:3. The one who once disturbed others is now captured. The hunter becomes the hunted. The imagery deepens as Egypt is shown descending into Sheol, joining Assyria, Elam, Meshech, Tubal, and Edom. Once feared powers now silent in the same place. What once distinguished empires in life becomes indistinguishable in death. Matthew Henry writes, the grave levels all distinctions of earthly glory. The repeated refrain throughout the chapter carries a sobering weight. They bear the shame with those who go down to the pit. Ezekiel 32:24. Shame here is not merely defeat, it is the unveiling of misplaced confidence. What appeared invincible in life is revealed as fragile in eternity. Across these chapters, one truth remains steady. Empires fall, but God does not. Civilizations rise and recede, but his rule remains unchanged. Military strength cannot delay divine decree, and historical legacy cannot resist divine accountability. As Joshua Giles observes, discernment is recognizing what God is sustaining and what he is allowing to expire. Egypt is expiring. Assyria had already expired, and every system built apart from God carries the same trajectory. Only the kingdom, rooted in him, endures beyond collapse.